Hi everyone, I'm Michelangelo. Welcome to this paradise space from which I'm in. Oh my god, the sky looks so gorgeous. I don't know, let's see if you can see that. Let's see if you can see that. There's a kind of funny, wow, like baby blue lining. I don't know if that can show. There's like two shades to the sky, plus the actual ocean. I'm gonna go. A beautiful bird just passed by. You want to look at the jungle, or do you want to look at me, or do you want to look at the jungle? This is some raw jungle. Some of you have probably never seen some raw jungle before. How sad. And only been on a resort, even when you're on the beach. This is the magic of this place, raw jungle. Why don't we, I don't know what you're looking at because now I see the back of the camera, but whatever it's pointing at, it is part of the raw jungle. So my invitation is that you take some of that invitation, some of that energy for episode number 70. And so I was waiting until I would post my first YouTube video, then at least I would have something concrete to celebrate. But come to think about it, I would not know what to do. I don't really know how to celebrate. It really is not something I am familiar with. Please help me with this. And so the answer I got was, yes, your fears and insecurities about this run deep. That is why you need to practice. It's not something you are comfortable and familiar with right now. But I want you to become so familiar with it that it will not only become comfortable, but second nature. You can wait until you post, but you will have lost the opportunity to celebrate your graduation, as I explained, and this would be a shame. Really, because you still do not fully believe it. By celebrating it, it will benefit you the most because it will become more concrete. This is the power of celebration. Go celebrate. That is such an amazing insight and key into the mystical energy of celebrating. And the power of these are my words, by the way. Now, I'm just taking a pause and from what I just wrote. But my discomfort with celebration is probably I knew intuitively that it amplifies what you're celebrating. And most people celebrate what I call BS, or limiting, what reinforces limiting belief systems. Or let's just say it, what I would just call bullshit. So whatever is gonna divide more, whatever is gonna emphasize the physical realm more. So here it's saying by celebrating it, it will benefit you the most because it will become more concrete. This is the power of celebration. Go celebrate. And so that's what I've probably been resisting, is that most people are celebrating stuff that I see superficial, and I actually feel the energy intuitively that it actually makes it more concrete. And so I'm like, screw that, I don't want to be part of that. But here it's anything. So when we celebrate God and when we celebrate everything that's consciousness based, it makes it more concrete. So dear God, let me look at you when I say this. I've never said this in such a way before. Let me get this right on me. Right here with you, whoever is listening, and you can do this with me. I reclaim the power of celebration. And I envision to use it as a force to make concrete everything that is usually suppressed, the invisible world, but anything that has been suppressed, and ultimately the suppression of the blue. which is the suppression of the divine feminine, the suppression of the invisible world, the suppression of the mystical and the wonderful and the mysterious and the inner dimension. That is what this entire Western society has very wisely is not the good word, but very in a calculated way suppressed. Because when you suppress the divine blue, when you suppress the divine feminine, then you have everyone just acting and acting and acting, and then never really getting any true satisfaction, any realness. And so you've now suppressed the inner, and so you think that you don't even have enough, and that's the reason you're not happy. So then you're going to act even more, and now you have a whole world of disconnected doers who are endlessly doing, thinking that they're not doing enough, and that's why they're not happy. And you turn everybody into robots and consumers, and it's a long calculated way of spreading the virus. By celebrating it, it will benefit you the most because it will become more concrete. This is the power of celebration. Go celebrate. And so I wrote, can you give me concrete examples of how I can celebrate this? Choose one person at a time and then discuss it with them. It is a big deal. Go do it. So I wrote, okay, I will. Thank you. I just wanted to check in. I usually write a question when I write to you. You with a capital Y is what I'm writing. I still don't feel like I have an opportunity, I have an appropriate way to just check in with you without needing to ask you a question. I feel like I don't have a question to check in with you. I feel like I don't have to have a question to check in with you. Any suggestions? So that's what I wrote. Such a sweet answer. Just say I love you or something like that, especially since you feel it way more than you express it. Express it more openly and concretely. Trust me on this one. Okay, well, I do love it. It's just that in a way, it is a very inner thing for me. This is true especially with others. I do not express how much I love you. I still think it's the religions that messed all this up. And so to express it openly with people feels too much like religion fanatics or Jesus fundamentalists, which I am not fond of, and I do not want to come across like others or like these others. And the answer I got is, do not worry so much what you come across like, especially when it gets in the way of and interferes with you showing or demonstrating love. Love of any kind, especially when you feel that it is deep and real. Take a much closer look at this. It is similar to you stifling the energy of celebrating. You will get used to this as well if you practice, but at first you will have to feel like it is a bit forced. And I wrote, can you give me concrete examples to get me started? I'm wanting some help here. Oh, silly me. And of course the answer I got was no. I would rather not. It kind of spoils the fun for both of us. I trust that you can come up with plenty of ways to demonstrate my love more openly if you just put more attention on trying to do so. And I wrote, I get it. It totally makes sense to me. And although at the moment I can't think of anything concrete for this or for celebrating, I trust you and I trust myself. I really do love you. And I do wish to be able to express my love for you more openly. And so I will. Look a little bit at the ocean again. Let's go closer to the ocean. Shall we go? Let's move this here. And go more direct look. Look, I have a... How's that? I don't know what you're seeing, but... I shall trust. And so I wrote the last thing. I do wish to be able to express my love for you with a capital Y, of course, more openly. And so I will. The answer I got was, yes, you will. And we will both experience more love because of this. You see, the expression of love is what is your purpose. That is literally the reason you manifested on earth. I'm going to repeat that sentence. The expression of love is what is your purpose. The expression of love is what is your purpose. The expression of love is what is your purpose. The expression of love is what is your purpose. That is literally the reason you manifested on earth. So as long as you are holding back on this, you are holding back on living your purpose on earth. You exist on earth so that you can manifest my love on earth. You chose this mission. Now go live it. And I wrote, I just had what Oprah calls an aha moment. There is a correlation between real celebration and expressing my love for you more openly. This is essentially what I need to celebrate. And somehow, as I think about it this way, it becomes easier for me to envision it and to become excited about it. Basically, to resist celebrating less. This is exactly what I needed. I feel like a switch just happened inside of me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, dear Blue God. I love you, I love you, I love you. This is why I love you. Only you can truly inspire me, and I am so lucky to know that all real inspiration comes only from you. You are my source of inspiration. You are my inspiration. You are inspiration. I have always known and felt this. I have always known and felt that most other people do not feel and understand what I do, or at least they don't show it openly and don't really articulate it as freely as I wish to I'll always do. Or at least their actions do not show this. So from there comes my resistance to demonstrate my love for you more openly. It is the fear of rejection, ultimately, that is stopping me. It is the fear of rejection, of not being understood and then being rejected, that ultimately is stopping me. Please help me transform my fear of rejection. So I'm sure a lot of you will be able to relate to this. So it comes back here so I can look you in the eyes. It is the fear of rejection that ultimately is stopping me. Please help me transform my fear of rejection. Please help me transform my fear of rejection. Repeat after me if this is your prayer of this moment. To me, to you, to Blue God, to the universe, to the ocean, to the sand, to the jungle, to the air, to the water, to the fire, to the ether, to this beautiful blue earth. Please help me transform my fear of rejection. Please help me release and transform and transmute this my fear of rejection. Please help me transform my fear of rejection. How did we get to 15 minutes in this video? This was actually a short text. I am you, you are me, I love you, I see you. I'll see you in the next video.